Hello, everybody, and welcome to our most current episode of Heartbeat of Bartlett. Every episode of the Heartbeat of Bartlett is extra special, but today's is very, very special because we've got a lot of new things happening today. My name is Maria McLendon. I'm Chief Marketing Officer for First South Financial, and First South Financial is proud to be a sponsor of the Heartbeat of Bartlett podcast series in conjunction with the Bartlett Area Chamber of Commerce, who puts this series on along with Made in Bartlett, another great podcast series that you can check out whenever you're ready. And we're so proud to be a sponsor of this podcast series because small businesses are the heartbeat of any community. And that's what the Heartbeat of Bartlett is focused on, is the small business community in the Bartlett community. And as I said, we've got an extra special episode today because I've got a brand new co-host from the Bartlett Area Chamber of Commerce. And I'm going to let her introduce herself in a minute and then tell you about what an amazing show we have for you today.
Thank you, Maria. I'm Gabrielle Brooks. I'm working with the Bartlett Chamber as the communications manager, and I'm so glad to be here today to introduce a little bit of a taste of Bartlett. We are meeting a few of wonderful restaurants who are in Bartlett, and starting off, we have our first restaurant, Thai's Smokehouse, and we have Ty here, the owner of Thai's Smokehouse, to tell you a little bit more about this wonderful restaurant.
Yeah, my name's Ty, and Ty's Smokehouse has been around since 2013. In fact, at the end of this month, we'll be open 11 years now. We're located at 7174 Stage Road in the Bartlett Bartlett Shopping Center. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Can't think of the name of it. Stagecoach Shopping Center.
So the Bartlett Town Square.
No, Bartlett is Stagecoach Shopping Center.
okay.
It's on Highway 64.
Got it.
And this is the end of National Barbecue Month. So
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Oh, Ty, thank you so much for being here. So you guys were chatting a little bit before the camera started rolling, and you were talking about how you've been cooking all your life, but you didn't start barbecuing. So tell us a little bit about that. Tell us what makes barbecue special. Tell us about your food journey that brought you to Thai's Smokehouse.
Yeah, I grew up in Iowa, but I moved to the Memphis area about 40 years ago, and I probably wasn't here just a few weeks when I was introduced to barbecue for the first time, for the real first time with real barbecue. You know, you go to different states and people have different descriptions of barbecue, but here in Memphis, it's something special. And with my first bite, I said then I got to figure out how to do this. So, you know, I got with different people that did it and had them show me some tricks of the trade. And the rest of it, we just practice is trial and error and everything else.
Yeah.
Not long after, we put together a barbecue team, and we had a barbecue team for about 10 years.
A Memphis in May World Championship barbecue team?
We did not compete in Memphis in May. It was a little too much money and time-consuming for me at the time. I was working construction. But we did a lot of the smaller contests where we could go in on Friday and set up and be done cooking Saturday and back home. So
that was your first foray into barbecue, and then it evolved into opening and owning a restaurant?
As we got better at it, eventually, you know, opening a restaurant was always kind of in the back of my mind since I was really young. And a restaurant opened up around the corner from where I live, and it sat empty for about 6 months after the previous owners left. And so some friends and I went and checked it out, and we bought the rest of their equipment and moved in, and that was my first experience with the restaurant business.
Was that Thai's Smokehouse, or was that another restaurant?
No, well, it's Thai's Smokehouse is what we opened. A&R Barbecue was there for 10 years before we moved in there.
So similar to your story from moving from Iowa to Memphis, I also am a damn Yankee. You know, came and stayed. I grew up in Michigan, and I thought I knew barbecue, and I thought I liked barbecue when I lived in Michigan. and then we came to Memphis, and we didn't participate. We just were attendees at the Memphis in May Barbecue Fest, and we were smelling and sampling, and that was the time where I realized I loved barbecue. And then we took a trip home. We took it, and I'm like, you know what I really want? I want ribs, and I ordered them at a restaurant. I'm not going to say the name of the restaurant, but at a restaurant in Michigan, and they came and they looked like ribs, but I tried them and I was like, what is this? This is not barbecue.
So different.
Yeah, it's so it's a different world.
Yeah, when you've when you experience Memphis barbecue, you can kind of become a little bit snobbish when you go elsewhere, because there's just a certain taste to it, and I don't know of anybody that doesn't love Memphis barbecue.
Well, tell us a little bit about what makes Memphis barbecue different from, there's lots of different barbecue styles. So tell us a little bit about what makes Memphis barbecue different.
Well, Memphis barbecue is mostly pork. As you know, Texas is famous for their beef, and Kansas City's kind of back and forth, brisket and pork. But Memphis has a little bit sweeter sauce than some places. You have North Carolina has a vinegar-based sauce. And but in Memphis here, it's more of a tomato base with some vinegar and then sweeteners added, and it's just, you get a really unique flavor between the smoke and the sweetness of the pork and the sweetness of the sauce.
So I'm going to ask you my next question to bait you. So if I fire up my propane grill.
No.
So charcoal then.
Well, yeah, charcoal, wood, yeah.
But
it's always the best.
I can't do this on my backyard grill, right? Because you're slow smoking this.
Well, depending on the size of your grill, you can get close to it. If you build your coals and your fire on one side of the grill and then just lay your ribs on the other side, and try to keep your fire down, and wet wood chips will help keep the flame out, and then just kind of keep a steady heat on it. Use the vents on your grill to kind of control the temperature.
How long do you smoke your different menu items?
In the restaurant, we do our ribs about 3.5 hours. If I'm cooking at home, sometimes I can go longer, sometimes I cook faster, but being in the restaurant is a little bit different than cooking in a contest. We've got a lot of different meats going on at the same time. So we only use hickory wood in the restaurant, and we cook at about 225 for a temperature, which we found works really well for the butts, the ribs, chicken, brisket, whatever it is we want to put on there. So
that's good. You guys have your staple understanding of exactly what you do when you go in, and it, I think, shows through in the flavors. And I've had ties a couple times. I was telling him earlier off camera, through catering, because you also offer catering opportunities as well.
That's something we just started this year, is to really push the catering. We wanted to grow the business a little bit, and rather than open a second location, which is tough to do in these times, trying to find good help, we decided to go with what we got and try to get into the catering business. So time is flying by. So if you could tell us just very quickly, can you tell us some key menu items? Like if someone comes to Thai Smokehouse, what do they have to try? Well, obviously the pulled pork and,
which we have
ribs.
here.
Yeah, we got pulled pork and ribs and beans, and we mac and cheese. Both the beans and mac and cheese are homemade. So just about everything at the restaurant is homemade. If it's, there's some of the side items we purchase just because the breading and that take too long. But yeah, the chicken's very popular. We do pulled chicken.
Oh, yum.
And then, of course, we have smoked sausage, and we have beef brisket. That's very popular.
I have tried your beef brisket. So Thai Smokehouse sometimes caters the Bartlett Area Chamber luncheon. So if you've not been to a Bartlett Area Chamber of Commerce luncheon, you absolutely should go, because you might get to sample all of Thai's wonderful food, but then you'd also get to experience exceptional Chamber of Commerce meeting. So,
and meet a lot of people.
When's the next Chamber luncheon?
The next luncheon is actually June 11th, and so it's coming up pretty quickly. And I think that if you haven't had a chance to try the food, I absolutely recommend you do. But I have one more question for you. You said you've been in business for 11 years now, coming up very quickly on your next anniversary. What has kind of been the highlight for you in these last 11 years?
Oh, boy. I would have to say probably just the people that we've met and the smiles that you see. A lot of people just love our barbecue, and we actually have some customers that we see 3 and 4 times a week.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We do. We have several different lunch specials, a different lunch special every day, and then we have some Hungry Man specials, not all related to barbecue. We have a wide menu, so if somebody can't have pork in their diet, we have plenty of other menu items that they can sample. And our desserts are getting very popular, too. We do a homemade strawberry cake and a Texas sheet cake that seems to be a fan favorite. So, but yeah, just seeing the smiles on everybody's faces coming in and getting their bellies full.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Tell us your hours of operation.
We are open on Mondays from 10:30 until 3, and then on Tuesday through Saturday from 10:30 until 8.
Okay. So Tuesday through Saturday, lunch and dinner. Monday, lunch only.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. And then can people find you on the internet as well?
Oh, yeah. We have a website, Theisen Smokehouse. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. So just have to search Theisen Smokehouse. And if you can't come out and see us, we do have an app that you can download on your phone to order from us with Theisen Smokehouse, or you can go through DoorDash if you prefer.
Okay.
Can we order the barbecue sauce online, or do we have to come into the store to get
The bottles of barbecue sauce have to be purchased in store.
Okay.
We're not selling those online yet.
Okay. They're so good.
And keep in mind, Father's Day is coming up. I know my husband, who's father to my children, loves barbecue. And he's always looking for a unique barbecue sauce. So that would make a fantastic Father's Day gift.
We also sell we have 2 rubs that we sell. So we actually have a gift box that we have that you can put 3 sauces and 2 rubs in, or all 5 of our sauces. We bottle 5 different sauces. So if you're interested in something for Father's Day for the hubby that likes to grill, come see us.
Eat.
Yeah. So for everyone watching who just got their Father's Day gift taken care of, you're welcome. All right. Now on to the best part. I've been looking at this plate, smelling this plate. So we're going to try it. What should we try first, Gabrielle?
I think I'm going to try, I don't want to get too messy on camera for everybody, so I think I'll try the pulled pork and the beans. I like when my stuff overlaps a little bit.
You do?
Yeah.
I am like a
plate for me.
I am an individual taste girl.
It's really just how I remember. Delicious.
Oh, that's very good. This is going to be on camera. That's my idea.
So good.
Don't be shy. We got plenty of napkins.
Right.
Let's eat food on camera.
I wish that you all could taste this food, but since you can't, be sure to come to Bartlett and try some for yourself, or like Ty mentioned, you can order online and find just a little bit of everything that you might need even further, because your menu is online as well. So
our menus are online. They can order online from your phone or your computer.
That homemade mac and cheese is melt in your mouth. Oh my goodness.
That's always been a favorite.
Oh my goodness. That's so good.
wow.
Oh my gosh. I really like it. All right. Well, thank you, Ty. It's been absolutely a pleasure. Thank you for this huge plate of food. As soon as we're off camera, I'm going to eat
Right. We'll be
way more than.
Well, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. And like I said, if anybody has any catering needs or anything, give us a call, and we'll be glad to take care of you.
We look forward to it.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
So we have our next guest during our Taste of Bartlett segment today, and we are featuring Lotus Thai. And here we have two representatives from this wonderful restaurant in Bartlett, and I will give it to you.
I'm David Kirkham, the owner.
I'm Tanya Kirkham. I'm an employee there. Yeah, I'm just an employee.
Thank you for being with us today. And we have all this wonderful food, as you can see.
Yeah.
But before we get to
Thank
tasting,
you for the amazing spread.
Yes, we'll have to get a little bit more information. So could you tell us a little bit about how you started and when did you guys open?
Well, we opened in October 1st last year, 2023. And my wife she's Thai. She's worked in Thai restaurants in Thailand and locally around here. And we finally, early last year, had the opportunity where we did to go out and branch out and start a restaurant. And we had time and we were able to do that. So we looked around and in the Memphis area, we found the location in Bartlett. It's a really good location in Malco Plaza, right up from the new pickleball place.
Yeah,
and that was what we shot for it. We went for it.
That's awesome. I'm certainly very happy that you opened in the Memphis area and in Bartlett, because I think there has been a lack of good Thai food in this area for quite some time. Thai food is absolutely my favorite type of food. Tanya, did you grow up eating Thai food?
Yes, my mother always cooked it all the time, and she's been wanting to open a restaurant for a while now.
So, growing up with ethnic parents, my mom cooked Indian food all the time, and I didn't always love it. So, do you like Thai food, or
I do like Thai food,
or do you want to branch out?
but I cannot eat the spicy stuff.
Yeah, Thai food doesn't have to be spicy. It's the chilies actually didn't come from they came from South America. The way the foods we have here, and for example, in pad Thai, basil fried rice, and the satay chicken, none of these have chilies in them.
Yeah,
and it's the curries and the herbs that from that Southeast Asia is where that's the essence of Thai food.
Wow.
So Thai food, from your perspective, David, it's very family friendly. There's something for every type of palate, and there's like every type of spice level. Talk a little bit about the perfect audience for your restaurant.
Perfect audience.
Yeah, like who should come?
We have a whole range. That's something that's interesting on Bartlett. But there's a whole range of folks that come in there from various. We have a lot of Thai customers, a lot of Lao customers, Vietnamese, Korean, and there's a wider range. It's unique. I think in the Bartlett area, there's the wide range of customers that we do have there, and so it's for all ages. From children, up to all ranges, and there's. It's a wide range of folks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know May was AAIP History Month, and I saw that you all were featured in kind of a tasting tour through Edible Memphis. Yes. How was that?
That was we were excited for them to choose us, and they came there. That was a good opportunity. Another opportunity that we're going to be participating in is July 20th, the Asian Night Market.
Okay.
On Tiger Lane. It'll be down on Tiger Lane in Memphis, and we will be there as well as a range of other Asian cuisine.
Tell us a little bit more about that. That sounds super cool.
Yeah.
It's from 3 o'clock to 11 p.m. on the 20th, and it's at last year. This year they got a much wider space open on Tiger Lane, and I'm not sure the ticket price, but if you go to our website, lotus-thai.com, click on news, and there's a link to the for the Asian Night Market, and you can buy tickets there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. It's from 3 o'clock until the
11 p.m.
11 p.m. Very nice.
Yeah.
I'll probably be there. So tell us a little bit.
Entertainment and food and.
Very cool. And Tiger Lane, you said?
And what?
It's on
Tiger Lane. Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about does Lotus Thai have a signature dish?
It's probably what would
Probably the mukbang. It's barbecue pork skewers. You can see right here.
Okay.
And it comes with our, what's the sauce called again?
well, it has the peanut sauce and
Yeah.
we have the tamarind sauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's probably that's one of the signature dishes. The seafood curry is also very popular, and it has there's one of the seafood in it is salmon. We lived in Alaska for 20 years.
Yeah.
And so that's but yeah, we have that salmon and shrimp in that, and then probably pad thai is probably the number one selling dish. And it's pad, which is stir fry.
Okay. I never knew that.
And it's,
Neither.
Yeah.
I know, we were learning something
I know,
too.
learning new things. Yeah, very cool. I had a question for you, but then I forgot what it was. So my favorite Thai food is the papaya salad, the shredded papaya salad, and I know for a fact that you have it on your menu.
Sometimes. Yes, it's called sometimes.
Oh, not that you only have it sometimes. You have it all the time, but it's called
papaya
sometimes.
salad. Yeah, it's
Okay.
sometimes. Mhm.
Tell me about that. Is it excellent?
It's a very very popular, especially with our Thai and Lao customers. And there's different in the Thai and Lao customers come in. Sometimes they want a Lao style or they want a Thai style.
Oh, okay.
There's a difference. The Thai style is a little bit sweeter. The Lao style has a little bit more pungent fish sauce with it. And but Tip is the cook, and she could do any style that you wanted.
Okay, so
I'll put that on my list because I have
so-
not tried papaya salad or
it's very different. So first of all, like if you've had papaya before, this is green papaya. So it's like a raw papaya. So it's more of a texture of like a green apple or like jicama.
so kind of crispy.
Crispy
The
and
ingredients.
The ingredients, we have the fish sauce. We also have tamarind paste. And then, of course, we have the papaya. We have green beans. And then we also have some peanuts in there, too.
yeah, it's so good. It's so like refreshing. But so you think of a salad as being like light and refreshing, which it absolutely is. But it is one of the hottest, spiciest things I've had on a Thai menu. Like, and
Yeah,
I
if
can
you had- if you
I
had
can
chili,
take the heat, but my goodness, the samtam.
Yeah, tell us how you want the spice. If it's 0 to 10, and it can make it's with the tomatoes and the fish sauce. For me, that I put the chilies on it. That's one dish where it'll light me up with it. I can handle
It's so hot,
about
yeah.
everything, but the spicy samtam.
Oh, it's so good though. Like I remember having it for the first time, and like my eyes were burning because it was so hot. And my husband was like, "You don't have to finish it." I'm like, "No, I want to." Like I just kept eating, kept going back in.
That's so good. I keep staring at this tea, this beautiful tea that we have here. Could you tell us a little bit more?
This is Thai tea. We fresh brew it in the restaurant daily, and it's then you can. We have this is the Thai tea at the bottom. Just notice it's turning a little bit orange there. We use cream on the top with Thai tea, just a little bit at the top. Sometimes you can also get it with coconut milk. And we fresh. It's not. We don't use a mix. It's fresh brewed.
Very nice.
I know you already claimed it.
I
but
did
I'll
claim it.
definitely have to stop by and get one soon. It looks so
I'll
refreshing.
pour some out for you if you want, though. I mean, I will share.
Well,
but,
thank you.
So you guys recently joined the Bartlett Chamber because
Yes.
you just recently had your ribbon cutting with the Bartlett Chamber as well. Can you talk a little bit about your experience with the Bartlett Chamber of Commerce?
We wanted to get involved with Bartlett Chamber so we could better know who our business partners were in the region, in the area. And it's a lot of our customers now are somewhat. I mean, it's people we've met in the Bartlett Chamber as well. As far as ordering in, the Bartlett Chamber calls to order, and
Yeah.
but yes, it was an opportunity, and we thought that it helped us branch out into the community.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're here to do. And we're so thankful because like what you mentioned too, you have a neighbor right next door who's also a chamber member, and being a part of the chamber allows you to do that great networking. And again, share customers and share experiences to, just further community benefits to each other. And so I think that that's so wonderful because I remember actually the first time I tried food from your restaurant was after I left the ribbon cutting from the Bluff City pickleball. And so it was so good. It was exactly what I needed. And I think a few other people who finished off actually followed us over there. So again, I think it's so great to have you all as members of the chamber. And again, I think if you could tell us a little bit about just what it means to be here in Bartlett, located in Bartlett. How has that been for you as a business?
It was I mentioned this earlier. What the location and the vibe. I mean, that was one of the things that set us on there. So we found out from the property management company that Bluff City Pickleball was coming in, and that space had been empty for a while.
Yeah,
that was right fit. It brings in, there's a lot of traffic there, and then it's the diversity in the community. And so we looked around for from March until into June, July. And that's, we started signing the contracts in June, and that was the location. It's been good.
We've talked about this in previous podcasts as well, about just the Bartlett community and the Bartlett business community, and how incredibly supportive they are of one another and how loyal they are. So I hope that as your tenure and membership grows at the Bartlett Chamber, you feel like that's coming true for you guys too, because the businesses within the Bartlett Chamber and the people that make up those businesses, they so strongly support each other. So
yes, and that's a lot of, the business owners and Malco and employees in Malco Plaza, they're a lot of our regular customers, but then yes, there's a whole range.
Okay, so we're getting close to what's going to be our favorite part of the show, where we taste. But before we fill our mouths and taste the food, will you tell us, you're located in the Malco Shopping Center in Bartlett. Tell us your hours of operation, and then you already mentioned the website, but tell us the website again so that everybody knows how to find you.
We're at 2845 Bartlett Boulevard. And we're open Monday through Saturday from 11 till 2, and then from 5 to 9 for dinner. And we're open on Sunday as well from 11 to 2, and then 4 to 7. And we're probably, I think, the only Thai restaurant in this part. There's not very many restaurants open on Sunday. It gets kind of crazy for dinner there at that time. Our website is lotus-thai.com, and you can order, if you can't come to visit us, you can go to the website, click order, and order online, for pickup or delivery. And we're also on all the major delivery platforms. But we prefer to go to our website to order. That really helps us out a lot.
And it is less expensive for everyone who orders too, right? If they order directly from your website. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm ready to try.
Okay.
All right, Sam, are you going to watch me stir my tea? Look at this. Ooh.
So pretty.
I bet it's going to be like, is it sweetened already? Yes. So it's going to be like a sweet kind of milkshakey tea.
I know we have
Pardon me while I drink like half of it. So good.
And this is so
oh my God, that's so good. It's delicious.
I purposely didn't eat lunch, so I try everything unbiasedly. But I've had your food and it's delicious every time. So
Pad Thai is, it is the quintessential Thai food. My favorite is the papaya salad.
And the fried rice, it's with basil.
Yes.
Yeah. It's so good. I always can taste all of the flavors, and just every ingredient is so fresh to me, which I really love because I love eating just
I love
foods.
Eating, period.
Stop there, period. I love eating. Did you want to try any of these appetizers?
I'm sure.
I'm going to switch with you.
All right, since this is their signature, well, I gotta we're gonna make a mess of the studio.
Right.
All right, I need some of these sauces.
Oh, yeah.
Can I have sauce delivery?
Thank you.
Thank you. V2 Media, always ready to deliver for your needs. Which sauce should I try with this?
The tamarind sauce is at the end.
That's this one?
Yes, and the peanut sauce. Then there's the cucumber relish. And the sweet chili sauce.
All right, I don't know if I do it right, but like I always just eat the cucumber relish as like a salad. Like I just eat it.
So good.
That was two bites. Oh my god, they're so good.
And Tip comes up with recipes for all the sauces that we use, and that's there's a lot of different sauces in Thai food, and that's
makes sense that this is your signature dish. Oh my god, that's so good. Oh my god, that's so good.
We'll have to try more off camera. That way was such a shy eater.
Mu ping. Mu is pork. And that ping is grilled, so grilled pork.
Delicious.
And if you go to any night market in Asia, they're going to have hawkers out with their grills, and they're grilling chicken and mu ping, and they'll get out in bags with sauce.
Wow.
All right. Well, everyone go and visit Lotus Thai. They are located in the Malco Shopping Center on Bartlett Boulevard. And we're going to be back in 1 second with our next awesome guest.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right. Are you getting full, Gabrielle?
A little bit, but I think I saved some room.
Saving just enough room.
Just enough.
So we are in our third and final segment of our Taste of Bartlett podcast, and I know that by now all of you are wishing that you had smell-o-vision and taste-o-vision, and it's kind of remarkable that like with advanced technology that there isn't smell-o-vision and taste-o-vision.
You would think so.
Well, anyway, our third guest today is from Porch Steakhouse. And Chandler, if you will please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Porch.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Chandler McCullough. I'm the general manager at Porch Steakhouse in Bartlett. We like to call ourselves a blue-collar steakhouse. Bartlett is a blue-collar town of people that just love local businesses. And so we have just loved the support from our community over the last 2.5 years. So Side Porch actually became a restaurant back in 1976. A group of sisters opened it up and started this restaurant. Before it was a restaurant, actually, a little bit of trivia. One of the original mayors of Bartlett and his family lived there, Mayor Yates.
Oh, wow.
And so that the house that we have a restaurant in, we have customers come in all the time that tell us, oh yeah, we used to play in this front room. This was my friend's bedroom, and this is where we would play, and now it's our bar. So it's kind of cool the history there. But yeah, so the restaurant started in 1976, and it has just grown since then, gone through a couple different owners. And then most recently, our owners took it over. After COVID, the owner at the time had some health problems, and he was basically doing all the day-to-day operations and just couldn't keep it up anymore. COVID, as we know, affected so many local restaurants, and so they just never recovered. And so they had to close. And then back in, I would say, the summer of 2021, it went up for sale. And our owners, we have 6 owners, 3 couples that own the place. And so one of them posted on Facebook and said, I wonder what it would take to buy a Side Porch and save it. And then not long after that, one of the other owners sent him a text and was like, hey, if you're serious about this, like, we're interested. Let's talk about it. And then the other set of owners were like, hey, I hear some rumblings that y'all are interested in buying Side Porch and saving it. Like, we're in too. And so they came together. They found out what it would take to save the restaurant. Between the 6 of them, they have no restaurant experience whatsoever.
Wow.
So they took a big leap of faith, but they're big community people. Mm-hmm. They love the community they live in and that they serve. And so they said, what can we do to save this staple in the community? And so they came together, renovated the entire restaurant. We were talking a little bit earlier that it kind of looked like Grandma's kitchen, Grandma's house before. Now it is completely renovated. The owners, they laugh. They thought that it wouldn't be a big renovation. But when they got in there, they have touched every square inch except for one little closet in the kitchen that houses the hot water heater. And it didn't need to be changed out. And so they said, we're not messing with it. And so to this day, it's still in there. And it's going to take an act of God to get it out. But so we're hoping, fingers crossed, that stays good for a while. But yeah, they renovated it. And then we reopened in February of 2022 under new ownership and have just been rocking and rolling since.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, the community has supported us, come around us, and just we're so thankful for that.
Yeah, can you share the names of the...
Yeah, so our 6 owners, 3 couples. We have the Reeves, David and Stephanie. We have the Joneses, Jeff and Jan. And then we have the Cooks, David and Emily.
Well, our thanks to all 3 of them, all 3 of those couples, because, I mean, Side Porch Steakhouse. So to our loyal followers of the Heartbeat of Bartlett, which probably is my mom, but to my mom, who has heard in every episode that I used to work for the Bartlett Chamber of Commerce years ago. Side Porch has been a member of the Bartlett Area Chamber for a number of years. And truly, I think Side Porch Steakhouse is like synonymous with being a part of Bartlett.
For sure.
And the date night destination, the fine dining destination for this whole, like not just Bartlett, but all of Northeast Shelby, because there aren't that many really nice steakhouses in this area.
Yeah. And that's one thing too that we love is that we don't try to compete with those higher end steakhouses like Folks Folly or Roots Chris or whatever. We don't boast that we're like them. We know we're not. Like I said earlier, we're a blue collar steakhouse. We you can walk in shorts and flip flops and you're welcome. People call all the time and say, "Oh, do y'all have a dress code?" And it's always a joke, but I always say, as long as you're dressed, you're in our dress code. Like because exactly. Like, and so like it's one of those places that yes, if you want to celebrate a big anniversary or whatever, you can show up dressed to the nines, right? We have groups come in for proms and formals and stuff. But then it can be your Friday night, just dinner after you've been mowing the lawn, And so that's the cool thing about it, for sure.
But you said, you said that you don't really compete with the Folks Follies and the Roots Chris, but I beg to differ because I've had the steak at Side Porch, and I think it 100% compares to any one of those high-end steakhouses. But like you said, in comparison, it's a bargain. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, our most expensive steak is $34, and that comes with 2 sides. Most of those other places you're going and you're having to get everything a la carte. We want to give an affordable meal that's going to fill you up. It's not very often people aren't leaving with a to-go box because the portion sizes and just we don't want you to leave hungry ever.
So we talked a little bit about this off camera, but you're under new ownership, and the restaurant has been fully renovated. So you and I were talking a little bit about this. I haven't been since the renovation, so it very much in my memory it was like eating in Grandma's kitchen, which there's not one thing wrong with that at all.
No. Yeah.
But I remember the food being absolutely amazing, and you mentioned that none of the recipes have changed, and I think that's really important.
Yeah, that was one thing that our owners said from the get-go was they wanted to keep it as close to what people knew and loved as they could. They just wanted to update it, bring life back into it. And so I think really we've made 2 changes. One thing is that we switched from margarine to butter. And so now we use real butter, which makes the croutons even better. And then I think before they were serving tilapia, we now serve mahi-mahi. But other than that, we're getting our steaks from the same butcher shop. We're making our marinade with the same recipe that has been passed down for years and years.
Amazing.
Our handmade yeast rolls that we make daily that turn into croutons eventually. We're doing that by hand every day, following the same recipe that came out of somebody's head. It wasn't written down anywhere, so it was very difficult learning how to do it because it wasn't even in like measurements that it was, it's a picture of this or a scoop of that and so that got a little tricky when we were making them, but we finally got it down, and we can only make it in huge batches. So that's I guess it's a blessing and a curse, but yeah, that's it. We kept everything as close to the same as we could because we knew that people weren't coming to Side Porch for anything except for the food. And so if we changed anything, people would stop coming. And so we didn't want that.
So one of the things that I have heard, though, is that Side Porch is more difficult to get into now. Is that true? Like reservations are recommended?
Yes and no, yeah. So when we first opened, we knew that just because it had been closed for so long, there'd be a lot of demand and a lot of people wanted to come. I've heard stories of people that we open at 4:30 and people would be outside waiting to get in at 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock. And so we knew that in order to ramp it up and help us make sure that we didn't get overwhelmed at the beginning, we decided to go to a reservation system, which they had never done in the almost 50 years they'd been open. And so that was a big change for a lot of people. But so we do highly recommend reservations. The way I see it, if you have a reservation, you're guaranteed a table at the time you want to eat.
Yeah.
Right. And so we do highly recommend those, especially on the weekends. But we do accept walk-ins. We have a couple tables set aside for walk-ins. We have a brand new patio, shameless plug to our patio.
Yeah.
We actually were featured on Choose 901 as a good patio spot for this summer. And so this is really the first summer season we're getting to use it. When we were building it all last summer. And so brand new patio that is just like a day like today would be a perfect spot. And so we have that seating as well. And so we do our best to accommodate anybody that comes in, whether they have a reservation or not. You may have to wait a little while just with how busy we've been. So yeah, we highly recommend reservations, but we can definitely accommodate you as a walk-in. It just may not be at the time that you walk in.
Okay. Wow. So tell us how people can find you.
Okay.
Physical location, how they can find you online. Mm-hmm. Tell us how we can make a reservation and tell us the hours that you're open.
For sure. So we are located at, let me get the address right, 5689 Stage Road in Bartlett, and we are right down from the high school. And so for sure, come check us out there. You can find us online, our website, sideporchsteakhouse.com. We're on Facebook and Instagram as well. One of our owners, she is our marketing guru, is what we call her. Which, let me back up a little bit. That's one thing about our ownership is they all have different talents that have just been great for our restaurant. Some of them have business backgrounds, and so they're more of the business side. One of our owners is a handy guy, and so anytime anything breaks, he's the first person that tries to fix it. And if he can't, then we call in professionals, right? Yeah. But then Jan, she does all of our social media and does a great job with that. And so follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and we're constantly posting pictures of food, so you'll get hungry and hopefully come see us. But then also we are open Tuesday through Saturday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday we're open 4:30 to 8:30, and then Friday and Saturday 4:30 to 9:30.
Okay, so dinner hours only.
Dinner hours only.
And then how do we make a reservation?
Reservations, you can do it on our website. Okay. We have a link there. We also have a link on our Facebook page. Or you can just go to talk.com. Okay. That's the reservation platform we use, and search our restaurant. But the easiest way is through our website or Facebook page. Okay,
so and then my last question before we get to tasting. So I asked you if Side Porch has a signature dish, and you surprised me with your answer.
Yeah, so most people would think that our signature dish would be like a steak, because we are a steakhouse. And although the steaks are great, my favorite is a ribeye. I always tell people to get the ribeye when they come in. And we serve it with a ladle of our secret recipe marinade on it that's been passed down from the beginning of the restaurant. I know. And so those, they're great, but how we get people to come back are these right here, these croutons. So the process is actually a 2-day process in reality. So every day we make homemade yeast rolls using a secret recipe that we don't tell really anybody. And so we don't tell anybody our recipe for those, but we make yeast rolls. We do serve those if people want them. Most people don't want them.
Oh, yeah. Yes. You make the yeast rolls only for the croutons.
We make them. So For the most part, I would say
They're
80
only served
80%.
on request.
I would say 80% of our rolls turn into croutons. Yes. The other, well, let's say
good to
maybe
know.
85%. It's a little
I
higher.
bet the yeast roll is delicious.
It's good. I don't get me wrong. It's good with some butter, hot out of the oven. It's the best. And so, but we basically make yeast rolls. We probably make, 1,000 yeast rolls a day. And then basically of those, a good chunk of them sit overnight in our walk-in cooler to get cold. And then the next day they're sliced into little discs, I guess you could say, put on a tray, slathered in butter and our seasoning, baked for just a little bit to get that nice crisp on the outside, but they're still chewy on the inside. And that's what we serve, our croutons. That's our signature.
Is this like this is what the bread for the
That's table bread, yeah. So,
because that was one of my questions for you is like, so the crouton is your signature dish, but what does it serve?
Yeah, so it comes straight to your table. So the first thing you get seated at your table, your server brings you a hot basket of croutons before they get your drink order, and so you just start to dive in, and then you get really thirsty because you just do. So we offer 2 baskets per table for free, and then after that we do charge just because if not we would go through.
You get your first taste for free.
For sure, yeah. And it's a good serving for sure. Most people stop at the 2 baskets.
Yeah,
they could probably eat more, but after their 2 baskets, they're full. And then their food, their salad, all of that, and so. You can also just come get some to go. We sell them by the bag, as just like a to go. A lot of people will come.
So I'm totally ready to try. Sam, are you going to come up? So when we had these, just when we were getting them ready for display, Sam was like, "Oh my God, those look so good." So he's gonna come try them with us.
Grab.
Thank you.
So I like them extra crunchy. That's how I like them. Most people like them still. I don't want to say raw. Raw is the wrong word, but like still.
Yeah, those are going, man.
There's more back there too. So.
You just keep talking because my mouth is full of crouton.
But no, that's our signature. That's what everybody loves. When you think of side porch, people think of the croutons.
A little sweet.
Yes, the yeast. So that's the yeast rolls. The yeast rolls are sweet, and so they kind of bring that sweetness to the crouton, and then we put that kind of that garlicky seasoning on them with the butter. Our crouton maker, I got to give him a shout out, Gary. He that's all he does the entire shift.
Personal note, like since these are day old. Like, I bet they reheat really well, right?
Yes. Well, so those were the croutons were baked fresh right before I came in.
Wow.
But the rolls were made, day old rolls.
So,
and
I can take these home.
Oh yeah,
and,
they're great.
In my oven and they're gonna
Say I always say they're best reheated in the air fryer.
Oh yeah.
Just like a low, like 300 degrees, just to get them hot again.
They're like candy.
Yes.
Yeah. You could just
What if you?
That's what I normally do. Is 300 degrees in the air fryer. The oven will work too, but sometimes if you do them in the oven, they get a little too crispy. And so,
what if you went to Side Porch and you got the ribeye and it was too much ribeye for you to eat, and then you saved a couple of croutons, and then you sliced up your ribeye, put it in between the 2 croutons.
We've done that before. Don't worry, we've done that before.
Made a crouton sandwich.
Yes.
Like, how good would that be?
That's good.
Oh my God, I know that would be so good.
If you have leftover ribeye, next morning steak and eggs with some croutons as
egg on top of the crouton sandwich.
It's so good. We experimented with some like bite size like BLT bites with that as like the base with some
like a eggs Benedict. Steak eggs Benedict. Sounds yum.
So. See, if we had a bigger kitchen, we'd probably serve a lot of this stuff, but our kitchen is so small that we've got to stick to the basics. Our menu is not very extensive, which is something that I love, is that you know what you're getting. Like when you come in, we have a lot of regulars that we know they're going to order the same thing every time. We actually just had a guy that he recently passed away, but he had been coming to Side Porch for years, and we would sit with him and talk with him. But he'd come in every other Wednesday at 4:30, right when we opened, and we knew he was getting a ribeye and fries and a salad with ranch. And so
I'm chuckling because I can hear Sam crunching behind the camera.
Yeah, no, I can't wait to go. I unfortunately, even though I was born and raised in Bartlett, I don't think I've been to Side Porch Cafe.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah, now we set a date, and I would love to taste everything.
yeah, come on.
Made it. You talk about it with such care.
And you have convinced me that this is your signature dish. I did not believe it. I didn't believe it, but I totally do now. Chandler, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
It was truly a pleasure.
It's taking so much restraint to grab more and eat more.
Yep. We have a rule at the restaurant for our employees, because if not, we would go through so many more croutons that they can only have a certain number each night. Because if not, they would constantly they would constantly be popping them in. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming, Chandler. Gabrielle, ready to close it out?
Yes, thank you so much for watching this segment and having a little taste of Bartlett with us. I want to thank First South for being our wonderful sponsor, and to all of our restaurant members. And
So that was Thai's Smokehouse Barbecue, Lotus Thai, and Side Porch
Steakhouse. Yep. So thank you all to everyone who joined us today. And I want to do a little reminder that our next membership meeting is actually July 11th. That's a Thursday. So if you don't have it on your calendar, be sure to add it, because we always have a wonderful catering opportunity, and you'll be able to taste something delicious from Bartlett. And I'm hoping that next time it may just be Side Porch. So yeah, thank you again. And Maria, did you have anything else that you wanted to add?
Yes. So remember to like and subscribe. We want my mom to not be the only consistent follower of the Heartbeat of Bartlett. So please like and subscribe, ring that bell, ring-a-ding-ding. And Porch South Financial is thrilled to be a sponsor of the Heartbeat of Bartlett. We do believe that small businesses are the heartbeat of every community, and we're here to support you for all of your financial needs, whether they are small business needs or whether they're your personal banking needs. And both First South Financial and me personally, we love the Bartlett Area Chamber of Commerce and are just delighted to be a partner of this wonderful organization. So happy to do this show. And I wasn't even gonna forget B2 Media, ladies and gentlemen, the podcast production crew that is the best. They're absolutely the best. And guess what? If you forget your lipstick, they even will provide you with a lipstick. So
touch up.
Yep. They're full service. B2 Media. Thank you so much.
Thank you.